Good morning, good morning, good morning, fellow traders, and welcome to this week's Technical Tuesday session. Today is January 21st, 2020, and it's good to be in front of you guys for another Technical Tuesday session. I know I'm not going to take too much time. I'm just going to explain to you exactly what we're looking for on the Euro USD and the US dollar Japanese yen. And exactly what's happening with the Euro USD right now is something that we actually mentioned even to our premium VIP members. They knew exactly what was going to happen, and you see it playing out perfectly. But with that said, let's move forward and let's talk about these charts. But yeah, good morning, Stuart. Good morning, Brandon. And good morning, Chris. Thank you guys for coming. So with that said, let's go look and see what's happening. So right now we're looking at the Fiber or the Euro USD, and we're currently looking at the daily time frame. And I'm not going to rehash what we talked about last week. If you guys know, we talked about how price was consolidating or creating this topping setup on a daily. We have what is commonly referred to as a head and shoulders pattern. We see this left shoulder, the head, and then price retest this neckline area. Then we create this right shoulder, and then price retested this area again. But as you guys can see, this zone where price is bouncing from right now is a zone of historical support. We could look left and see that at multiple times in price history, price reacted or responded to this level. We could see that it reacted to it right around here. That was the first time. And then you could say the second time here, or well, not the second time, but we could see it again here, then right here, then right here where this double top is, the neckline is a double top, and then right here again. So then we can see on multiple occasions, at least a good 5 times, we could see price respond and react to this zone. So then we was expecting the same thing to happen, especially seeing that for the long term price has been trapped within this large ascending channel. You can see that price has been trapped within this channel. We saw the origin of this move ever since September of 2019, September 30th, or really October 1st to be exact. We saw price expand up and down, finding resistance at this channel resistance, and then finding support at this ascending channel support. So then we knew that there was a lot of confluence in this area, and that we should be on the lookout for a decent buy opportunity. So what we're going to do right now is drop down to a smaller time frame, because you know, when trading the markets, you always want to start with a larger time frame and then drop lower. This is what you would call top-down analysis. But we already did our analysis here. We're expecting for price to react, and that's exactly what happened. We did see price react and respond to this area. And if you look at Friday's candle, you can see that it's sort of like an indecision candle, or really it is. We have wicks on both sides, and sort of like a small body, but it's almost like a doji type candle where there's indecision, where you see a wick on one side and then a wick on the other. And whenever you see a candle like that, then you know that price is pausing and there could be a particular breakout in a particular direction. And as you can see for today's candle, we're seeing that this candle is now bullish. So then price is breaking up to the upside. So then that's one thing we know for certain. But what I'm going to do is draw a horizontal ray right at the high of this of yesterday's candle. So then let's do that now. We're going to draw in a horizontal line right here, you could say, right? Okay. So with that said, what we're going to do right now is zoom out, and we're going to drop down to a smaller time frame. So then I'm going to go down to the 4-hour for now. All right. So then right now we're looking at the 4-hour time frame of this particular pair. And really, there's not too much to share with you guys. One thing I do want to point out is that what we see here, I can't get into all the details right now, but let me change the color. But what we see here is what you would normally call a 236 measurement move of well, this move right here is like a 236 measure move of this. I can't get into all the details now. That's reserved for our private members. But as you can see, price extended lower, and right around this area is where we're expecting for consolidation. We're expecting for price to pause and hesitate, and we saw that clearly in our daily candle from yesterday. Price created that indecision candle, and we can see that price action laid out in this smaller time frame. But if you go down to your 1 hour time frame, you'll be able to see this price action set up a little bit better. So then for those that are familiar with classical chart setups, what is it that we see right now in this zone of support, in this daily zone of structure support? What is it that we see? What classical setup, classical chart pattern do we see? So then I know Brandon chimed in. He says inverted head and shoulders. Marie chimed in and said inverted head and shoulders as well. And this is exactly what we predicted and told our VIP premium members what was going to happen when price reaches this zone. We said that price was either going to create a double bottom pattern, or it was going to create an inverted head and shoulders pattern. And that's exactly what happened. Price created this inverted head and shoulders pattern. We have the left shoulder, and then the head, and then price created this right shoulder, and then we have a breakout to the upside where price broke this high right here, yesterday's high, which is really the neckline of this head and inverted head and shoulders pattern. So then we see this pattern laid out. So then right now what we have to do is wait for retracement in price. We may have missed an opportunity on this retest of this neckline from this candle, because when price retested this neckline, this short-term retest, we saw price begin its climb to the upside. So there's a possibility that we may have missed out on this retracement in price. However, we still want to look out for it. We're still going to keep it within our plans. What we're going to do is wait for price to retrace and retest this neckline and this area again. So then if we can get a nice retracement back into this zone or into this consolidation again, then from there we will look for a buying opportunity upon bullish confirmation. We can look for a buy, and if we want to be aggressive, we can the highs. We can target this zone of structure resistance right around here between 1126 or 1.1126, or may I say 1.1125, just to be simple, and 1.1135 you could say. But price could reach this zone of resistance, and then that's where we see a little reaction from this zone. So this is what we're looking for right now on the Euro USD. We're just going to trade this setup and see what happens, but we're looking for a buying opportunity on the Euro USD, and exactly what we was looking for, even yesterday, it took place to the T. So then we're pretty excited about that. And sometimes you're going to be able to identify what's going to happen, but not be able to exploit or take advantage of that trading opportunity. It's going to happen to you a lot, and you have to be okay with that. You just have to still stick to your trading plan, but just acknowledge that you're viewing the market correctly. Whenever you do make a prediction, just give yourself a hand clap, and just say, hey, I did see the market clearly. I predicted what was going to happen, and that's a positive. It's not a negative. So then even though we may not get this retracement or pullback, at least we forecasted what was going to take place on this pair. So this is the Euro USD. And that's it, guys, for the Euro USD. Are there any questions about the Euro USD or the fiber before we move forward to our next pair? Yeah, because right now, all we have to do is just wait for that retracement in price. But if you don't get it, then it's okay. Price will retrace. Probably push higher. And you never know. We may find another opportunity within this zone right around here. Okay. So, yeah. I guess there aren't any questions. So, I guess we can move on and talk about our next pair, which is the US dollar Japanese yen. So then let's do that right now. But first, let me go to the daily first. I'm going to go to the daily chart, and then I'm going to go to the US dollar Japanese yen. Yeah, I know I cleared a lot of this earlier, but yeah, let me just get rid of this again. So yeah, we're looking at the US dollar Japanese yen. Let me clean this up a bit because it can be a little bit confusing. Okay. It could be a little bit confusing. All right. Okay, so right now we're looking at the US dollar Japanese yen, and we're currently looking at the daily time frame. And I don't know if you had the chance to look at last week's Technical Tuesday session. We sort of made a prediction that there's a strong likelihood for us to see price expand higher all the way up into this zone or area right here. You can see that we had a break of this long-term weekly descending trendline resistance. Price broke to the upside, and it actually broke and created a higher high as well on the daily. So then, when we saw that, then we knew that our bias should be bullish on this pair for the long term. But it doesn't mean that we can't exploit selling opportunities or corrections, because just like we mentioned last week, I'm still expecting for price to test this area as support. What was once resistance right here, you can see that it was resistance here, resistance here, resistance here, may function as support. So then I'm still banking on price correcting lower. And if you look at stochastics, it's been overbought for some time now. So then there's a possibility for us to see price retrace lower or correct lower into this zone of support. What was once resistance is now support. So then there's a possibility for us to see price rebound and bounce from this area. So then we always have to keep that in mind when looking at our particular pairs. But it doesn't mean that we can't exploit an opportunity within this area or even trade this correction. Remember, guys, this is the daily chart. So then there may be an opportunity for us to trade this correction. And if we drop down lower to a lower time frame, you can see that price is sort of like topping right now. We can see that price is topping, and actually I should be in the middle of a trade right now on this pair. But as you can see, price created this 4-hour double top, you could say. We had this nice strong expansion to the downside due to the news that came out in regards to the yen. That was during last night or during the Asian session. But right now we see price retrace and correct and test this area right here, which is what we was looking for. Because if you look at the 1-hour chart, you can see that price was consolidating, and it created this consolidation setup. Price was consolidating, and you can call it whatever you want. Some people may call it a head and shoulders type setup. Others may call it something else, but we do have a topping setup. Now let me just draw this for you guys. The reason why I call it a potential head and shoulders setup is because of how you can draw this out. If you look, we have this impulsive move right here. Price created a higher high, then a higher low. Then price created this higher high, and then we had this move to the downside right here, creating a lower low. And then from there we had this correction to the upside, and then we get our extension and break of this neckline area right here. So then, this is the reason why I say it's sort of like a head and shoulders type setup. But regardless of what you call it, just know that we are topping out on the 1 hour chart within this zone. So then let me delete that. Let me definitely delete these lines. Okay, so then let's talk about what's happening now. So then we had a retracement up into this zone right around here, this zone of structure support, and I'm banking on price responding to this area. It may push a little bit deeper in this zone, but somewhere within this zone, I'm going to be on the lookout for a potential move to the downside. However, one thing that I'm observing is this: you have to observe how price moved. I'm observing that price did fall with this candle and test this area right here where we see all these wicks, but then bounced from it. So then this is some cause for concern. So then what I'm going to do is just identify this zone right here and just draw it out, and just, so that I know that, hey, price is reacting to this zone. I was looking for a potential selling opportunity, but now I may try to wait for a more clear confirmation. So then that's what I'm going to do. And if we do see price retest this zone, especially on a smaller time frame, then this is what I'm going to look for. I'm going to look for price to fall lower and break this zone, and then retrace to retest this zone as resistance, because what was once support will now function as resistance, and then I would trade this lower. I would trade it maybe down to these lows right here, where we see this structure on the 1 hour chart right around here. So then, yeah, I will look for price to break the zone, and then look for another quick retest of this zone, and then trade this lower all the way down to this structure support, maybe around 109.85, that area. But yeah, this is what we're looking at right now, or looking for the US dollar Japanese yen. My bias is to the downside for this particular pair. I believe that we could see a continuation of this strong move that we saw last night, and we could see that play out in this type of move or behavior that I just outlined on the US dollar Japanese yen. So yeah, I didn't introduce my brother Marvin. I know my brother Marvin's here. Did you have something that you wanted to share?
No, well, yeah, good morning, everyone. Yeah, I was just sitting on the side, just listening. But, I think it would be good if we can kind of even show the Fibonacci retracement, or just kind of show how the possible areas that it could retrace to. Just for some of you guys that are new to using that tool, I know some of us, we've been trading for some time, so then we're kind of aware of these zones and where these zones will be positioned. But I think it would be good, since this is a technical analysis session, just to kind of go over that for a little bit.
Yeah. So then, yeah, for those that may not know, the Fibonacci retracement tool is a tool that would help you measure how far price retraces or corrects, or how far a pullback would go. So then, in our case, what we would do is take this tool, and we could take it from this area where we had resistance multiple times. You can see that it tested this area. We could take it from this high and bring it all the way down to this low right here, and we can see that price tested the 50% Fibonacci retracement level. But we love, typically we love to see price retrace to this area between the 50 and the 61.8% Fibonacci, and you can see that price is right there right now. So then that goes to show that we retraced. We had a nice decent retracement, and that we should eventually see price slide lower, and that there's momentum to the downside, mainly due to this strong bearish candle that we saw prior. But yeah, that's the Fibonacci retracement tool, and that's how you would use it, just to measure how far price will pull back. So yeah, I know someone mentioned that the sound is not good. Yeah, well, I hope Mm, well, yeah. Is anyone else experiencing a horrible sound? Just let us know. Um, I know Rich said there's no sound. Hopefully, um, it's just an issue on. Yeah, it may just be an issue on your end, Rich. But yeah, because I'm not getting any feedback from any other people. Okay, yeah, okay, all good here. Sound okay here. Yeah, I have sound okay. Yeah, it could just be an issue on your end, Rich. So yeah, hopefully you're able to um get that fixed. But yeah, so then this is what we're looking for right now on the US dollar Japanese yen, this sell setup to take place. So then yeah, we can just look for that. Let's go let's see what's happening on the 15-minute. Okay. Yeah, so yeah, this is the 15-minute chart, guys, and we see that price respected this setup. We saw this consolidation and price expanded to the upside. Price retested the neckline of this consolidation, and it looks like it may want to push higher or go higher. So then, we'll see. But yeah, that's it, guys. Pretty much. I don't have too much to share with you guys. Are there any questions about anything that we just mentioned on today's session in regards to Euro USD or the US dollar Japanese yen? Just let us know. This is a session where we can answer any of your questions. It's not designed to be long, but it's a session where we can answer any question that you may have in regards to Forex trading, in regards to what we just mentioned as far as these setups or these pairs that we're looking at right now. But if there aren't any questions, then we can probably move forward, because right now all we have to do is just be patient and just wait for these setups to confirm what we're looking for, what we want to see in the market. And that's one thing I want to point out. Really, in order to be a successful trader, you're going to do a lot of waiting. That's why we're called waiters rather than traders. That's another name for those that do day trade or trade the markets. We're called waiters, WAITERS. That's another name that you can give us, because a lot of the time we're waiting for these setups to form or complete. And if you exercise discipline and wait, it's going to reward you. Patience has a way of rewarding those. It's a characteristic, it's a fruit that a lot of people don't have. But if you develop the fruit of patience and then you apply it to trading, then it could work out in your good. But that's it, guys. I don't have anything else that I could share with you guys for this morning. I hope you guys got some benefit out of today's session. So then, yeah, just look for the US dollar, the Euro USD, that pullback to happen. And also prepare for this US dollar Japanese yen selling opportunity to take place. And I think price is going to break and expand below this level. That's just what I believe. So then we just only have to just wait and see what happens. But that's it, guys. I don't have anything else to share with you guys. Thank you guys so much for coming to today's live Technical Tuesday session. And remember, guys, you can still join our private community. Remember, there's still time before we even raise the price. I know that's one thing I was thinking about doing, was possibly raising the price of this community. So then it's something that we're going back and forth with. Me and my brother, we've been talking about that. But other than that, yeah, I hope that you found this information helpful. If you guys want to join our private community, you guys will get the link. It's at forexanatomy.com/thelab. You can go there right now and join right now if you are interested in joining our private community, which I think will be a great idea. You will really learn a lot, and we will teach you guys the right way to trade the markets. There's a lot of bad information out there, but we will show you guys the right way. But thanks again, guys, so much for coming. We really do appreciate you guys. Thank you, Brandon. Thank you, Chris. Thanks, Marie. Thanks, Babak. Thank you, Davina, for coming. We really do appreciate you guys. And if you guys have any questions, just let us know. Just let us know any of your questions. You can contact us through email and just shoot us a question if you have any question regarding the Euro USD, US dollar Japanese yen, or regarding trading in general. But that's it. Thanks again, Stuart, or thanks, Stuart, for coming. And I pray you guys have a wonderful day as well. And remember to always count your blessings, not your pips. Yeah, and thank you, Shankar, for joining. Even though you joined late, we really do appreciate you joining. And also, you guys will get the video recording. So then just be on the lookout for that. Yeah. If you guys are on our mailing list, you guys will get the video recording. We do upload these videos on YouTube. So then if you are familiar with YouTube, what we would recommend is for you guys to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you guys can get more updates on when we do release these Technical Tuesday videos. But I hope this was helpful, and thanks again, guys. We won't see you guys again until next Tuesday. But for those that are a part of our private community, we will see you guys on Wednesday. We're thinking about doing a Wednesday evening session on tomorrow. So then we'll definitely give you guys confirmation on that. But that's it, guys. Thank you guys so much for coming. And as always, remember to always count your blessings, not your pips. And we will definitely talk to you guys soon. Stay blessed, stay encouraged. And we hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day of trading. All right. Talk to you guys later. All right. Bye.